Hello everybody, this is Crispy and welcome to Simply Delicious, where the food is good, the food is quick, and it is very tasty. So in this video, I'm going to make for you one of my favorite fish, and that fish is wild caught ocean perch. All right. The reason why I like perch is because perch is light. Perch can be cooked within 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how much you want a crispiness. And also, it is very healthy for you. It's a lot less calories. Okay, it's not a real fattening fish. So what I have going on my stove right now is some oil that I have heating over medium heat that I had to pull out the eye for a minute because it was starting to smoke. All right. And also in this pot, I have this is my cleaning pot that I do not cook with. And it has a little bit of water and detergent and a little bit of bleach to offset the smell of smoke in my home. All right. So what we're going to need for ingredients. Okay. We're going to need some cornmeal. We're going to need the actual fish. And I got it frozen. I'm going to cook this with some seasoned curly fries. And I have a little bit of cilantro that I'm going to throw on those fries to give them a little bit of a twist. And what I did was just took the frozen fish and put it in some water here. And this is deciduous water. That's why the water looks cloudy. And basically what that means is that I just put some lemon juice in this water. So you can get some fresh lemons, roll them, squeeze the juice in here, and let the fish soak in that. And the reason why I do that is because what happens is it'll help take off the fishiness that you may endure on the fish, because perch it can be very fishy smelling when it's cooking. So you want to cut that by putting that in some deciduous water. All right. So in this pot over here, what I'm going to do is take this cornmeal. And this is Aunt Jemima's cornmeal. We don't need a whole lot, but we'll just take a little bit. All right. So we got our cornmeal here. We're gonna do 2 applications. We're gonna do a wet and a dry. So I'm gonna put a little bit there, and then I'm gonna put a little bit on this plate. All right, so I'm going to add some seasonings to the cornmeal. So I'm going to add some Greek seasoning, and you season to taste however you like. Okay, and I'm going to put this in here. It has salt in it, so all right. And then I'm going to add this onion powder, which I'm almost out of. And I'm going to add some garlic powder to this mix. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of stir this around with our fingers. And my hands are clean. And as you all know, you that watch my videos, I have hot soapy water off to the side in the sink ready to go. So I can clean my hands, clean the dish, whatever I need to do relatively quick. Okay. And then so over here in this dry stuff, I'm going to season it as well, because you want to season all the way through. Okay, put a little bit of that in there too. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of water to this, a little bit of cold water. I have some water here in a glass, ice water. And I'm going to add this ice water over into this pot. I'm going to stir this together and turn this into a batter. Okay. And then, so I just want to bring this together. Let's see where I'm at. Okay, so it's like really thick right now, like grits. And then so I'm just going to add a little bit more water to it to thin it out until it's at the consistency that I want it. All right. Almost there, okay? So while this grease is hot back here, I'm going to drop these fries in there because the fries, just like the fish, only takes a few minutes, okay? So let's get back here to the pot here. And I'm gonna put these fries in there. And they're only gonna take a few minutes. I mean, this grease is screaming hot. All right, so there we go. And then you just wanna drop in a little bit at a time. All right, that's good enough. I'm gonna set my timer for 3 minutes. Okay, that's going. So while that's back there frying, I'm gonna continue to make my batter. All right, because we doing this in real time. Okay, y'all with me? All right, so we're just gonna continue to add some water. All right. Until the batter is where I want it as far as thickness is concerned. Now the reason why you have the dry off to the side, because you need to dredge the fish in that first. Okay, so that you don't want your batter to be soupy. You want it to be pliable, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more. And I like this cornmeal mix because it has baking powder in it. So that's gonna make it fluffy, okay, and light. You want it to have a thick consistency, almost like a pancake mix, okay? So that's the consistency that you want. So we're just gonna stir that together until it comes together. And it needs to be able to coat a spoon. So that's a little too watery. We're gonna add a little bit more baking soda. More cornmeal rather to it. And I'm just adding a little bit because I ain't measuring nothing. Okay, you can measure it if you want to. Okay, find a batter recipe, but that's not necessary. It's not that serious. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this fish over here that I have to the side, and I'm gonna dredge it from this deciduous water in the flour, and just roll the flour in there. And this is going to help the batter to stick to the fish, okay? So this is an important part of the process. And I always start out with a little bit, and so I don't have to waste a whole lot. And then I'm going to drop that fish in there just like that. And look, my fries are almost done, so I gotta hurry up. So let me put this fish on here like so. And let me drop this cornmeal on here like so. And that's just dry cornmeal without seasoning. It's okay, because there's plenty of seasoning inside of that too. All right, but I just like to season throughout the entire process. Okay. And you just want to dab that up. All right. Drop the fish over in there. Okay. Break 3 pieces. Get some on this side. Okay, so now you see that 3 minutes has already went by. So my fries are done. So I'm gonna take those out. And I got my black skillet here with paper towel in it. So I'm gonna drop the fries in there. All right, timer, I'm coming. All right, so let's bring that up. Let's go in so we can see what's happening over here. All right, so I'm gonna take my strainer here and get these fries out. I'm gonna put some more in here. Okay. See how nice and crispy that is? Yum, yum, yum. And this is all being cooked in real time. All right, so my fries are done. So, and they're seasoned, so I don't need to season them. But if they were not seasoned, that would be the time to season them, is the minute they come out of the grease. Okay. So now we're gonna run. Okay, shut up, you. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're gonna get some batter on this fish. Okay, let that oil heat back up. Let's bring this down so y'all can see. All right, so we're just gonna make sure that we get some batter on this fish. And it has to really stick to it, because that's what I want. And don't be afraid to get in here. And if it's too thick like this is for me right now, because as soon as I mixed it together, the cornmeal start absorbing more of the water, so it start thickening up, so thin it back out. Okay, that's all you gotta do. All right, so we got this piece going. We got that piece going. I'm gonna run this one around. You wanna add a little water over here because it's too thick. It's a little messy, but who cares? It's fun cooking. That's what you do with cooking. You gotta get your hands in there. Get your hands a little dirty. All right, so see how that's sticking to there, like so? That's what you want, okay? You don't want it dripping off. You want it to stay on, okay? And then you want to just drop it in your grease, okay? So when you're cooking with grease, let the grease heat back up about a minute, or depends on your stove, but give it about a minute or so to get back up to temperature, okay? And now we're gonna drop this fish in there. Drop it away from you. Drop it away from you. So you want to go in and let it go away from you, okay? And the one thing about grease too, now this oil was not fresh oil. This was some oil that I had over from frying my wings, my chicken wings. You can fry fish in grease that has been fried, that has fried some chicken, okay? But you cannot do chicken in grease that has been, that fish has been fried in first. Nobody want fishy chicken. All right, but you can fry some fish in chicken grease. So in other words, when the grease becomes, has been fried in fish, fish has been fried in grease rather, that's what it is, fish grease. And that's all you should be using it for, unless you like fishy other things. Okay, so I'm gonna set this timer here for 3 minutes as well. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. And there you have it. So I think I'm gonna need some more pieces of fish myself. So what I'm gonna do is take my frozen fish here, which is nicely and convenient. And I'm gonna put this in this deciduous water and pop it in the microwave for a few, let it thaw out and absorb that water at the same time. We're gonna do both. Why not? Because we can. We set my defroster here for a pound and let it cook in the defrost mode on my microwave. All right, so we cooking in this kitchen, y'all. So how y'all doing? How you doing? I hope all things are well with you. The one thing about fish for me, I got a little fish story for you. So growing up, I was raised up on fish where my mom cooked fish minimum once a week. Usually she would cook fish on Friday, and she would make some spaghetti and coleslaw, which I'm going to be having for Sunday dinner just because I want to have a little nostalgia. But the thing about it is, when I was growing up, my mom cooked so much fish that when I became an adult, I didn't want to eat any fish at all. Does anybody else have that story like that? I mean, I was worn out with fish. My mom would not only fry fish on Fridays, but she would also fry fish anytime I had a test. So if I had a spelling test on a Monday, or I had a math test on a Tuesday, or whatever the case may be, or I was taking the achievement test for the year, she would fry up fish, and clearly she would say, fish is brain food, and your brain is going to be together. So she would fry fish, and she claimed that it made you smart. So I guess that's why I'm so intelligent. Anyway, but it does help. You know, fish is very good for your body. Beneficially, omega-3s and all that stuff. We learn that stuff as an adult. But thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama, for frying me fish, even though you cook too much for me. But it has definitely helped me out. So this is an ode to my mommy. All right. So our fish is coming along great. And like I said, we're cooking this in real time. I'm not pausing the video at all. So you're seeing me in the actual time that it took me to cook it. Now, obviously I did some things ahead of time. And this is one thing you want to do when you're cooking, is that when you learn how to cook some things, you can get yourself prepared up and do some prep work, and then it will be in a flash. So frozen fish is a great option instead of having fresh fish, but it's up to you what you want to do. You know, if you want to go to the river every day and get you some fresh fish, you could do it that way. Or you can go to the store like I did and buy some frozen fish and get some frozen fish and thaw it out in your microwave, or just let it hang out in your refrigerator overnight, or whatever the case may be, and you can prepare it up. So now my timer is going off now. Let's get back to that, and let's see where we are. Personally, I wanted to cook a little bit longer because it ain't as crisp. It's too soft for me. So we're gonna give it 2 more minutes, okay? And this is where I said 3 to 5 minutes. You cook it the way you want, okay? I like my fish crispy. Some people like a soft fry on it. I'm not one of those people. Well, at least not for this particular one. Depends on what kind of fish it is, okay? So, but we're gonna let it go for about 5 minutes. But either way, the one thing you want to also do is be careful of is when you're frying. Let's go out a little bit here. I'm too close. Yeah, there we go. So when you're frying fish or chicken or whatever, it's better to undercook it just a little bit versus overcooking it, because what happens is it's still cooking when it comes out of the grease. I want you all to remember that. It is still cooking when it comes out of the oven, when it comes out of the grease, or whatever you're doing. Your food is still cooking because it's hot. So remember that. You don't want to overcook it, because the worst thing you can have is some dry meat. It's disgusting. Okay? Unless, of course, you're that person that like dry meat. It's disgusting to me. I can't do it. All right? So if you like me, undercook it a little bit. Don't overdo it. Okay? And my fish is pretty much there. Okay. And the other thing is too, when you put your fish in some deciduous water, just know that that lemon juice is going to break the fish down. Okay, not only is it going to flavor it, you're not necessarily putting it on for flavor, even though it's going to give it some. You don't want lemony fish, and if you want lemony fish, then you put a lot of lemon juice. Don't put too much lemon juice, just a little bit goes a long way, because you really just want to cut the fishiness off. And so like right now I'm frying fish, and you can tell that I'm frying fish, but I don't have a fishiness in my house, okay? Okay, so the timer just went off at 5 minutes. We're gonna cut that off because it's annoying. And we're gonna go in here and get this fish out. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Yeah. Yeah, and the one thing about when you batter fish too, you want your grease to be nice and hot when you put the fish in, because you want it to actually crisp up. Okay, so I'm just draining this oil off. And there we go. All right, so here we are. Fried fish and French fries. Okay, yum, yum, yum. So we're gonna taste it and we'll be right back. Gotta let it cool off a little bit. All right, y'all, so we're gonna do the tasting for you. and tell you what's happening with this fish. So here's our finished product. Let me bring the camera down so you can see it. So we got our nice fresh fish here. We got our curly fries topped with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Can you see that? All right. And then we put just a few specks of parsley on just to make it look a little more green, just for presentation. Also have a little bit of tartar sauce left over from a restaurant that I went to. I'll make a video later showing you all how I make tartar sauce. Really simple to make, but we're gonna use some store-bought tartar sauce. And also, I have a little bit of Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce. I just gave them a plug. You can thank me with Lee & Perrins by monetizing my videos. Thank you. And I also have some malt vinegar because I like a little bit of malt vinegar on my fish. Okay, so we're gonna do both of those. Okay, and the only thing that's missing from this, actually, the way I personally like to eat it, is some coleslaw, which I will be making for you in another video at a different time. All right, but here we are. We're gonna take our first piece here. We're gonna dip it into that tartar sauce. There we go. Gonna put a little bit of malt vinegar on it. Okay, here we go. Light, completely done. Crunchy. Good. Real good. I don't put the malt vinegar on until I'm ready to bite it because I don't want it to get soggy. Okay, so that's the way you do that. Ooh, but here's another piece. Here we go. Look how beautifully that is fried, though. Can you see that up close? Ooh. And like I said, this is battered fish. No, that's good. Making me happy. I have some icy apple juice. Yum. To wash it down. Refreshing. And that's 100% juice. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of this Worcestershire sauce on it so that I can kind of steak up these curly fries. That's what I call them, steaking it up. Okay, look at that. Don't you want some? Take a bite. You want some of that? Okay. Of course, I got some ketchup here for my fries. Y'all hear that crunch? I know you do. I know you hungry too. This makes you want to sing. You know what I'm saying? It makes you happy. Your love is wonderful. Yeah. This is good. Make me want to sing. Now, what I didn't add is what I talked about in my ingredients. And I know that I'm doing it, y'all, so don't hear me up in the comments. A lot of times I'll add ingredients, I'll tell you in the beginning I'm going to add certain things, and I just simply forget to do it. And the only thing I was going to do is add some cilantro to these fries, because cilantro gives food, I'm really getting more into cilantro. I like it with my tacos and stuff like that, but I haven't really did a whole lot with it across the board. But I could really taste it with these fries in this fish to kind of give it a new essence. So it's not something that I normally do. It's something that I'm trying out, okay? So I forgot to add the cilantro to this, but I could add it now, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm in the middle of eating. I'm here trying to help you, okay? But I did say cilantro, and I was just gonna kind of use it as greenery, not only to make the plate more visually appealing, but also to give it a different taste. You know, because when you have fried foods, that you have to kind of break up the monotony, okay? But I am in happiness town right now. I'm just saying. All right, so let me get this malt vinegar on here. Drip, 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 drip. This takes me home to my mama's house. Well, I ate fish. And even though it was good, I was tired of eating it. But I'm not tired of eating it now, because not only is it good, but I don't do it all the time, so I don't feel like I'm overwhelmed with it. Right? Because you know you can't have, there is a such thing as having too much of a good thing. These days I'm trying to have equilibrium. I'm not trying to do a balance, I'm trying to do equilibrium to keep myself consistent. We're almost done. So I have 4 fillets of fish on here. And this is simply delicious. Very good. I'm happy with this one, y'all. And okay, we're gonna eat one more fry and we're gonna call it a day. All right. Thank you all for watching Simply Delicious, where the food is simple, it's quick, and it's easy to do during the week. Not just on the weekend, but during the week. Because today is Wednesday. And I'm having fried fish. And it is simply delicious. God bless you all and have a smile on you. Thank you all for watching my videos. For those, again, of you that are living in my district here, the 90th district in Ottawa County, Michigan, please vote for Christopher Banks for the House of Representatives. I'm looking to represent you in the best way possible. God bless and heaven smile on you.